Hello everyone, this is Newshound. Recently, the clamor has been growing louder just as it has been consistent, coming fast and furious. The clamor for New York Congressman Anthony Weiner to resign his seat in the House of Representatives for tweeting X-rated pictures of himself to multiple women. Now, if the media is to be believed, Mr. Weiner is now a goldfish and has no hiding place, as even members of his own party, the Democratic Party, seem to be leading the charge to get him to resign. The Democrats' excuse for this abject lack of loyalty to one of their own being that he, Mr. Weiner, has become a distraction from the Democratic message and therefore a liability they cannot afford, especially heading into the 2012 elections. Hmm. Now, the Democrats never run out of reasons to capitulate, do they? This is a perfect example of why the Republican Party could control the government even with minorities in both houses of Congress and a Democratic president. This is the very ugly problem of the Democratic Party rearing its ugly head once again. The spinelessness, the fear of anything that looks or feels like it might make them fight. The very spirit of capitulation is on show once again. Sadly, the man they want to push out is only one of a very few in that party who has shown the will to fight. This makes you understand why the Republican Party would want him out at all costs. Of course, that party has not been quiet about this, as everyone from their elected representatives in Congress to candidates for the 2012 presidential election primaries to officials of the RNC have all weighed in with one advice to Mr. Weiner: resign. And this is despite the fact that their party, the Republican Party, has two people in Congress as at today whose own sexual improprieties actually broke the laws of the land and who did not resign, and neither were they called upon to resign by any Republican. Now, here is poor Anthony Weiner, who only sexted, and the consensus seems to be for him to resign. It's all well and good, except that this consensus has been reached by people who actually have no say in the matter. This consensus has been reached by other politicians, and as a result of that, is null and void. Now, I stand fully behind Mr. Weiner in his resolve not to resign, and I implore him to stand firm on that, never mind what his lily livered fellow Democrats have to say. We need people like Mr. Weiner in Congress, and clearly his constituents overwhelmingly agree with me, and this, as a poll taken in his area shows, that three-quarters of the people want him to stay. Anthony Weiner has proved himself to be a very capable representative who fights hard for the people he represents. I believe, as do his constituents, that his private life and his personal feelings in his private life should not determine whether he should stay in office or not. As he has proved consistently over his time here in Congress, those feelings have not affected his ability to perform the duties for which he was elected. You can check his records if you don't notice already. I do believe that only Mr. Weiner's constituents can decide when and whether he leaves his seat or not, because they are the ones who put him there. Everybody else should basically just shut up. Thank you for listening.